Two DCEU-related key issues and another early 70s DC key issue highlight this Bronze Age report for April 28 to May 4, 2021. The first featured book comes from the early days of the Bronze Age. That book is World's Finest 198, which was published by DC Comics in 1970. The book sports a cover by Curt Swan, while the story was written by Denny O'Neil and drawn by Dick Dillon. The third race between the Flash and Superman was the centerpiece of this issue's story. These races were popular with fans of DC Comics, and have led to the issues featuring those races to become key issues for comic book collectors. A high-grade copy of World's Finest 198 sold in an eBay auction last week. The book featured a grade of 9.6 Universal, one of just 13 copies to have received the grade from CGC. This book sold for $898. The first of the two books to have DCEU connections was DC Comics Presents 49, released in 1982 by DC. The cover and story artwork was contributed by Rich Buckler, while the story was written by Roy Thomas. The story in this issue of DC Comics Presents featured Captain Marvel and Superman facing off against Captain Marvel nemesis, Black Adam. The coming Black Adam movie featuring The Rock is helping to boost early appearances of that character. A nicely graded copy of DC Comics Presents 49 sold at eBay this past week. The book sported a 9.8 Universal grade from CGC, a grade shared with 92 other copies in the CGC census. This comic book posted a nice sale of $1,051. The other DCEU-related book and the last of the three featured Bronze Age books is Mr. Miracle 4, published by DC in 1971. The creative team for this issue was nearly a one-man show as Jack Kirby handled the cover and story artwork along with writing the story. This issue of Mr. Miracle featured the first appearance of Scott Free's love interest, Big Barda. Books related to Jack Kirby's Fourth World have been increasing in value on news that a new Gods movie was being developed, but that movie has now been shelved indefinitely. A high-grade copy of Mr. Miracle 4 sold in an eBay auction last week. The book had a grade of 9.6 Universal from CGC, just one of 29 copies to have received that grade from that grading service. This book posted an impressive sale of $1,750.